Hi everyone, welcome back. I thought I would do a video showing a few of my different Filofaxes. I got the idea last week. I was looking for some information on a Portobello planner and I couldn't find any, and I really wanted to see a comparison of how the Portobello is compared to some of the other binders, and nothing came up, which brought me to the idea to do this as a kind of buying guide for some of the not rare but a little bit more rare binders out there that you don't necessarily see on YouTube too often. And yeah, so I took 6 of my pockets, and these are the ones I'll be comparing for you today. And I hope you enjoy the video. So I'll be starting with the Finchley, which I'm currently using. This is the Finchley pocket size in red leather. It has a beautiful feel to it. It smells good, like all the leather planners do. It has beautiful stitching in non-contrasting thread, so the thread is red like the leather. It has the seam going down the middle, the F on the spine, more stitching on the back, and it is quite nicely made. And I really like this planner right now. It has the concealed popper, and when we open it, it lays pretty flat, so I'm happy with that. On the left-hand side, we have 2 stitched card pockets, 2 stitched little pockets, and they kind of fit these little post-its. They fit in there just fine. So that's practical. And then it has 1 full-length pocket. It's fairly easy to get in and out of, but the Finchley is half stiff, I would say. So it's not as easy as some of the others, but it's easy enough. On the right-hand side, we have a pen loop. It is not elasticized. So this is the pen I use. It is a Friction Slim in copper. It fits fine in there and has a little bit of room, so you might be able to get a medium-sized pen in there. You won't be able to get one of the larger-sized pens in there, as it's not elasticized. On the right-hand side, there's also a zippered pocket with a transparent mesh. I don't know what you would use this for, maybe stamps. I wouldn't put coins in here. I think that might break easily. I don't use it for anything. So that is the Finchley. What I like about the Finchley is it has removable rings and they're full size. There is no back pocket on the Finchley. So I like this binder, and that's the one I'm using right now. Next binder, really like this one. This is the Deco in ivory in the pocket size. This took me a little while to find. I really love the light colored binders. I haven't used this one yet. I bought it secondhand and pre-loved. It's in really great shape, but I'm worried that it might scratch up a little bit. So we have the metal popper, which I don't know if you can see that. I can't see the screen on the phone, so I don't know how this is going, but it has beautiful working on the metal. Has a smooth leather tab to pull, and even on the inside, as you can see, it's millworked as well. It has 3 prongs that fit in, and it has a nice substantial feel to it. It feels good, it feels solid and stable, so I really like that. It is in ivory colored, I don't know, mock crocodile, I guess, I don't know. It's embossed with the F on the spine. Has a nice wavy stitching on the back in a non-contrasting but darker colored thread. So we'll open this. It's beautiful on the inside as well as the outside, as you can see. On the left-hand side, we have an elasticized pen loop. So the Friction Slim fits in there quite snugly, but it does have some give. So a medium-sized pen is not going to be a problem at all. A large size pen might be, not quite sure how much that will go. No, I think a medium-sized pen is all you're going to get in here. It has 1, 2, 3 sewn card slots, also 3 slots for little post-its that go in with some coaxing. The Deco is quite a stiff binder, so you don't have much give. Those fit fine though. Then you have 1 full-length pocket and 1 zip pocket, but because the binder is so stiff, this zip pocket's basically useless. So I'm not sure why they put it in there other than looks nice. Has a nice pull with an elongated. Yeah, the pull is elongated. And what I really like about it is the contrasting crocodile leather, whatever that is, with the light suede, which gives it a nice look. It also has some really nice stitching. I'm not sure if you can see that. Really nice stitching here along the spine. And then on the right hand side, we have a coin pocket that is gusseted. So you can actually really get in there easily and use that for coins. This binder has normal size rings. Take that out. Has normal size rings, so you'll be able to get a lot in there. The strap is fairly long, so you'll be able to stuff it a little bit, but because you have this stiff pocket that goes onto the inside, it's going to be a little bit bulkier than another Filofax might be. That is the Deco pocket. This is really beautiful binder. So our next binder, if you've seen my other videos, you've seen this one already. This is one of my favorites. It's the pocket size Osterley in gray. It's mock alligator. It has a beautiful, I'm not quite sure how you call that, the pattern. They've done a nice job putting the smaller size bits into the front, the bigger size bits going around the spine, the embossed F, and then the back. And it is contrast stitching, but it matches really well with the leather, so it's not the first thing you see about this binder. And the popper is obviously not concealed, but it's made of copper, which I think really makes a nice touch to this binder. It gives it a little bit of class, and it's a little bit different than the other binders. I really love this binder. So as you see, it lays pretty flat even with no inserts in it, but it is different than the other binders. It has no dedicated card slots. It has these 2 long full-length slots on the left-hand side as well as the right-hand side. And it's Napa leather here on the inside. And the mock croc is on the inside as well. It has pen loops on the right and the left-hand side. As you can see, I prefer the right-hand side. That's the one that I used. The left-hand side is still unused. They are elasticized. Let me get my pen out. Use this one. So the slim friction fits in there with no problem, but it has a lot of give. So you will even be able to get a big pen in there on both sides. They're the same size. And what's nice about the Osterley is it has a full-length back pocket. But because the binder is so stiff, it still has a compact feel to it. Doesn't look too big, even though it has full-size rings and a back pocket. So I really like this binder. It's kind of stiff. Sometimes I prefer the floppiness of the other ones, and the tactile nature of the pebbled leather, but this is also really nice and it's very professional looking, so I like to use this at work. So our next one, and as you'll tell, I'm really into red leather. I love red leather. I really like the light colored binders as well, but they're hard to come by, and so I often go into the red leather. I think it's beautiful. This is a pocket size Cameleon in red. It has the concealed popper, same colored stitching in red. The F embossed on the back, on the spine. Nice stitching on the back. It's kind of conservative on the outside. It is a very bendy binder. There's basically, I think there's Bondex in there, but no real stiffening, just the stiffness of the leather. Yeah, no, there's no stiffening in there. That's just the leather. So you can bend this. This little binder is great if you like to use your Filofax as a wallet, which I don't, and this is the reason I don't use this binder. But if you do want to use it as a wallet, this is a perfect one for you. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 card slots on the left-hand side, as well as a full-length pocket. The pen loop is elasticized, but it's quite small. So my friction pen just fits in there. It has a bit of give, so I guess you could train it for a medium-sized pen, but it's not going to fit your big pen. Even the small one's having a hard time coming out. So 5 card slots, the full-length card slot, the small pen loop on the left-hand side, and on the right-hand side we have a concealed zipper. And the pocket is not gusseted, but because the whole binder is so bendy, it's really easy to get in there anyways. So if you want to use this as a coin pocket, that works absolutely fine. You'll have no problem getting your coins out of there. And with the concealed zipper, it won't catch your pages and ruin your pages. What it does have, though, is small rings. It did not fit the same amount of paper that I have in my Finchley at the moment. So not quite sure if you can see this. But the Finchley has the normal size, pocket size rings, and the Cameleon has small ones. So it's kind of like a compact pocket size, although it's just called pocket, it's not called compact. But you can see that the sizing is much different. So in my Finchley, I only am using about half the rings with 4 months of day on 1 page, 12 months of month on 2 pages tabbed, plus about 30 other sheets of paper for notes and to-dos and whatever. And that only takes up about half of the binder on the Finchley, and it didn't all fit in the Chameleon. So that was kind of annoying, which is the reason that I don't use it. And then if we look at this, despite having the small rings, the Finchley is not any more compact on the outside than the Chameleon is not any more compact than the Finchley. So you get more paper in the Finchley for the same real estate as the Chameleon. But I don't use my Filofax as a wallet, so I don't need that. If you do use it as a wallet, it's actually a great binder for that, because the back pocket is really easy to get in and out of. So if you like that for a wallet, I think that's a great choice. The next binder is one of my loves, the love of my life. It is a black pocket size Baroque. And I love this binder, and I know it's really hard to find them, and it took me over a year to find mine, and I eventually found it on eBay, brand new in the box, and that made my month. So I was in this binder for about 3 months at a time, and it's really hard wearing. There's no scuffing, nothing, and I've threw it in my bag with my keys and everything else. Still looks fantastic. And yeah, so it's smooth leather on the outside, and it's just so squishy and soft, and I love this binder. It has a long strap, which is good because it means you can stuff this binder, and since it's squishy, it will grow with you. It's Napa leather on the outside, very smooth, has beautiful detailing. The stitching is black as well, so not contrast. And when you open it, of course, you have the beautiful embossing on the inside, the embossed leather. And the one thing that I don't like about this binder, and it's the bane of my existence, is that it has riveted rings. So if these rings break, the binder is no good anymore. So I'm careful with the rings, very, very careful. This binder is actually great as a wallet too. If you don't need a back pocket, it does not have the back pocket, but it has a similar setup. I don't have one, so I think the setup is similar to the Malden. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 card slots on the left-hand side. It has 1, 2, 3, full-length slots, plus a zippered pocket that's not gusseted, but because it's so squishy and movable, you can actually really get in there. So you can put your coins in there without having to worry about not being able to get them out anymore. And because it's got this leather overlay here, and because of the stuffing and the leather on this side, even if you have coins in the pocket while writing on the left-hand side, it should not be a problem. And on the right-hand side, we have the pen loop, which is not elasticized. And it fits my Friction Slim perfectly. I'm not sure you'd get a medium-sized pen in there. You definitely won't get a big-size pen in there. So these slim pens fit perfectly from the length to, and that's great for me. It has on the right-hand side a back pocket for jot pads, or as I use it for my iPhone 6S, which I would show you, but I'm filming with it right now. It fits in this pocket perfectly, and it comes straight up to the edge, and when it's closed, it closes no problem, and you have your phone with you in your planner, and that's practical, and I like to do that. It does not have a pocket here. This is sewn tight. It has full-size rings. You can see the difference between the Cameleon and the Baroque rings. It is also a more compact binder. It's smaller than most of the other binders. So you can see it's shorter, and it's also narrower, which means, and I'll see if I can show you this. Let me see if I can get these in there. Not those ones. These ones. Just put some tabs in here so I can show you. When it's closed and you have your papers in there, the tabs come up to the very end, which is why I appreciate these right-hand side pen loops on the outside of the binder and a long strap that's not pushing your pen into the binder. So even though it's more compact and your tabs will come right to the end, and your paper, you have a little bit of play, a little bit of room on the tops and the bottoms, but not on the side. You're not going to be scratching your pen, which with a metal pen, and I use some metal paper clips to keep my tabs safe. They will scratch my pen if they're too close. So I appreciate that, and that's why I prefer the right-hand side for the pen loop. So you have to know that your tabs are going to go right to the end. That is the Baroque. And then the one other one I'm going to show you, I have seen these, not necessarily this one, but I've seen a lot of new old stock from the 90s on eBay right now. So I thought maybe I'd show you this one because this is a special one. This is from 1990, and I'm not even sure what the model is. It's an Iguana print. I think it might be a pocket Winchester. I don't even know if they had a pocket Winchester. I should look it up, but I'll show you. This is the Chameleon, and you can see that the print of the Chameleon print on the leather is like 4 times the size of the print on this one. So it's got a really tiny Iguana print, and it's tiny. It's the smallest binder I've seen in a pocket size ever. And it has gold rings. How beautiful is that? So it just says Filofax, made in England. On the left-hand side has a secretarial pocket, which I love. I wish they would make more secretarial pockets. I think they're really practical. And then it has 1, 2, 3 card slots on the right-hand side, as well as a full-length pocket. And the pen loop on the right-hand side is so tiny that I can't even get my slim in there. So you're gonna have to use one of those Filofax mini pens, or I have one here, one of these little mini pens fit in there. So not every pen's going to fit. And why I'm showing you this is because I've seen them. You can get them on eBay. You can get them really cheap. They're really cute with their small rings, and for traveling, they're great. But caveat emptor, they only have 4 rings, and they are not placed the same as modern day pockets. And Filofax used to make everything multi-fit. So you see these elongated holes here, which will fit the normal pockets, the modern ones, and also these old ones with the four rings. Last year, Filofax stopped making their calendar inserts in multi-fit. They only have the circular holes now, which is different to the multi-fit. Don't know if you can see the difference, but these will not fit these old rings. So unless you find multi-fit paper, it's not going to fit in these rings, and you won't find any calendar inserts from Filofax that fit there. I'm not sure if other brands might make it in a multi-fit still. That would be something to look into. Or you can make your own inserts. I know a lot of you do, and you're going to have to punch it with a single hole punch the 4 holes, old school, singly. But I think it's really worth it because look how cute those rings are. Like I was saying before, the Finchley has extremely compact rings. And if you see here, they are like half the size or less than the, and I keep saying Finchley, but I mean Cameleon. The Cameleon with its compact size rings, and these are just tiny. So if you are looking for a really compact binder, because you don't need to take your whole life with you, you only want a month on 2 pages for the year and maybe some note paper, and you don't need much else, these are great. Or for traveling where you don't need your whole life with you, you just need the information for your travels. Love it. Isn't it cute? It's so cute. And still smells great. So those are 6 of my binders, all the red ones, and the black ones, and the ivory. I am more than happy to answer any questions that you have about these binders. Just let me know in the comments, and I will do my best to answer your questions. And my next video, I think I will be doing my A6 binders. So a couple of mulberries and a Vanderspec. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye.